Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're going to get started. Cara is going to be visiting with us about OCLC and updating what you need to, how you need to present your library and the information in WorldCat. And so with that, without any further ado, Cara, take it away.
Thank you, Colette. Hi, everyone. My name is Cara Orban, and I'm the Consortia coordinator at the Montana State Library. And one of the programs that I work with is OCLC Group Services. And the reason we're doing this webinar this morning is because we asked Group Services members about their training needs last fall, and there was a little bit of confusion or desire for clarity around how we're using WorldCat and how to maintain our information in WorldCat. So this short training is going to show you where you can find your information, your library's information in WorldCat, and how you can keep that up to date. And as you have questions or observations, feel free to put them in chat or feel free to ask. Okay, so again, I'm Cara and Colette is with me. And yeah, we're happy to answer any questions that you have as we go along. So what we're going to cover today is we're going to take a look at WorldCat, and you can find your library in WorldCat. And then we're going to look at the WorldCat registry and what bits of information are important for you to be able to update so that your library is correctly represented in the WorldCat interface. And there's a link here to WorldCat registry frequently asked questions, which I can put in chat once we get to that page. So now I'm going to be toggling between slides and the browser, and there's a reason I'm doing that, which I'll show you here in a bit, but we're going to jump over into WorldCat and talk a little bit about what is WorldCat. So if you are an OCLC Group Services member, then you have access to OCLC cataloging tools. You also have interlibrary loan tools, and they work together. And if you're a shared catalog member, all of your records are uploaded into WorldCat for you. And why that's really cool is because WorldCat is a worldwide database. It's kind of like the catalog of the whole world of library holdings that have been uploaded into WorldCat by libraries all over the world. And when you scroll down on this page, OCLC gives us some details about what you can find in WorldCat. 500 million books, basically, and then articles and audiovisual materials, maps, dissertations. So millions and millions of things around the world that people can find by doing a simple search. And once you've searched for an item, you can find the libraries near and far that hold that item. And then, of course, you can place an interlibrary loan request for those materials on behalf of your patrons. And so whenever you are looking for an item in libraries near you, it's important to know where that library is and where their catalog is, and for that information to be accurate. So that's what we're going to walk through today, is how to make sure that is accurate. I'm going to show you what a perhaps non-user of the library or a new library user or somebody casually browsing for a book on the internet might see, and how they might find their way to WorldCat. So let's say I'm looking for this book. It is the first day of spring, so here's a seasonally appropriate choice, perhaps. Kathy Fassett's Bold Blooms. It's a quilting book. And of course, I have the option to buy it from Amazon and some other retailers. But as I scroll down here on the right-hand side, gonna get some more information about the book. And then Google has the option here to search in WorldCat. I didn't have to do anything to set that up. That's just something that Google has made available through their search. So if I click on that, it's going to take me into WorldCat. Okay, here's the book. And then because WorldCat recognizes I'm in Helena, Montana, here is my closest library, Lewis and Clark Library. Oh, it's only 2 miles away and I can borrow it. And so what this is going to show me is, okay, there are 418 libraries near near Helena, Montana. Maybe near is a relative term, but there are certainly several libraries in Montana and nearby states that hold this book. And so I can go out to Lewis and Clark and find out information about their holding. I can also find out information about Lewis and Clark. And so I'm going to, oh, this is going to take me directly to their catalog. And how did that happen? Well, somebody at Lewis and Clark set this up so that the correct URL prepend was in the WorldCat registry, so that it takes me directly to Lewis and Clark Library's catalog. I can also click on Lewis and Clark Library and get more information about the library itself. So I see that, okay, Helena is the main branch. They have 106,000 some items in WorldCat, so a pretty good sized library. They are about 2 miles from where I am sitting right now, which is pretty accurate. And here's the address. And I can see that there's an email address. If I want to email somebody, there's a phone number. Here again is the catalog link. If I'm signed in with my WorldCat account, I can star this library as this is my library. So I want to prioritize results from this library. If I'm a WorldCat power user, that would be useful. And then I can also even get directions. If I click on this, it's going to actually take me into Google Maps. And I can see there it is. It's right next to Anchor Park. Okay, I know where that is. So some pretty useful information for people who might not have been familiar with the library beforehand. So from that Google search, I can get a lot of information about my library. So that's pretty cool. And so that's why it's important to keep that information up to date. Now I'm going to go back into my slides and show you what the Montana State Library WorldCat page looked like until pretty recently. I had to make this change last week because the updates don't happen instantly, and I was concerned that we wouldn't have time in this webinar for you to see the changes. So I went ahead and changed it, but here's the before. So if you were to search for Montana State Library a week or so ago, you would have seen Montana State Library on 6th Avenue. And some of you might know that a couple of years ago, the Montana State Library suffered a catastrophic flood in our building on 6th Avenue, and we had to move out of that building. So we were not actually at 6th Avenue, and if people found our library information through WorldCat, they would have gone to the wrong location, and it would have been confusing for them. So we needed to update this. And again, the map, remember when we looked at Lewis and Clark and you could see, oh, there's the location. Our location was showing, yep, you're here in the Missouri building on 6th Avenue, which again was not accurate. And here was, okay, we're going to get into that just a second because I'm going to take you into the WorldCat registry. So where can I update this information? So I'm going to take you into the WorldCat service configuration. I'll put that link in the chat. This will take you to this screen. And there are a couple of options here, which I think is kind of confusing. I'm not in charge of OCLC, but if I were, I would say we probably just need one way to sign in. But right now there are a couple of different ways to sign in. So long story short, you want to choose the one that says use your OCLC services account. You can see that my library is already identified because I've logged in before. If you do not know what your service configuration credentials are, you should be able to use that link, which I just put in chat, and you will send out these links afterwards, so you don't have to be doing this right now, but that should help you to get your credentials so that you can log in and do this. And if that is not working out for you, feel free to open a help desk ticket and we will walk you through it and make sure you can get logged in. So I'm going to log into my service configuration account, and you can see I've been here before. There's my library logo. There's my credentials, which I've bookmarked and saved. So I am ready to sign in. And it's going to take me to this rather austere landing page, which has some different menus here on the side. I am going to open the WorldCat Registry accordion menu. And then I'm going to click on Profile Summary. And this is going to show me kind of the high level, everything that is going to present on that WorldCat interface. So again, when I click on libraries, if I look up Montana State Library. Okay, so because I changed this last week, it now has our current address. We are in the new office on 11th Avenue. And yep, there's the main address, 11th Avenue. I intentionally did not change the business address yet because I wanted to show you how to do that today. But this shows me, okay, that's accurate. Yep, we're a state library. That's our business address, which I need to update. And there is our map location on the right. Here's our phone number. We don't really have a fax machine, but that is our fax number. And then our contact information and where you can find us digitally, where our catalog lives. A few years ago, the shared catalog migrated from a locally hosted server to the cloud, and we had to change all of these catalog URLs. And so this is where we did that. So now we're going to go into name and location. Yeah, I didn't actually change anything, so that's fine. And so name and location. We're mostly concerned with making sure people can find us physically and digitally. So physically, that's our main address. This is kind of a subtle thing that there are tabs here. So your main address is probably your physical address, right? That's where people can find you. Business address. I'm going to change this one because this is not accurate anymore. And then shipping address might be your mailing address. That would be your PO box. We don't have anything listed here. It's under our business address. I'm going to change this. You see that these buttons are grayed out right now because I haven't selected anything. So I need to check this box. And then I can click on Edit Selected. Okay, so we are no longer at 1515 East 6th. Our new address is 1201 11th Avenue. Our PO box is the same. And all of the rest of this, no, actually our zip code has changed. So all the rest of this is the same. I want to show you how you can change your map address if you needed to. This is optional. You really don't have to do this, but it's kind of nice to show people where you are in Google Maps. So here we are. I looked up Montana State Library, and this is where we are right now. This is in Google Maps. If I right click on my library's information, so I'm going to right click, and these numbers here, these coordinates, those are your map coordinates. And what you can do with that is, again, you can write, or you can actually, left click on this, that's kind of counterintuitive, but if you left click on that, it's copied it to your clipboard. And then you can just paste it into a Word document or a notepad or something so that you have those numbers. And then when you're in service configuration, you can just paste them in here. So the first number is your latitude and the second number is your longitude. And then that will make sure that your map in WorldCat is accurate and people can find you in WorldCat. So I'll click OK. And then I always have to remember to save my changes. I'm going to look over the rest of this. Okay, that is still the email address we want for interlibrary loan. All the rest of this is accurate. And we also have a way that people can sign up for a library card online. So we have that link here. That is optional. You don't have to do that. So I will click Save Changes. And it's probably going to be 10 or 20 minutes before this business address is updated on WorldCat, but at least I know I've saved my changes here. Now, when you go into the map tab, this is a little bit redundant because actually I've already made that change under name and location, and that will update this here. So that's just the same information. Open hours. This is also something that you can provide through WorldCat. And the way you would want to change this is you can, if you have the same hours every weekday or every weekend, you can do a global change using these buttons down here. But if you have different hours on different weekdays, as many libraries do, then you can double click on the specific day and we'll open up a window where you can change your time in here. And then you'd change that and click OK and then save changes. These are our business hours at the state library, so that is correct. Other things you would want to know about relationships. That just means you have a branch. And so if you're opening a new branch, you can click on Add New Relationship, and then you would want to build in your information here about your branch, or if you're making, or if you're not connected with your branch in WorldCat, you can make that relationship here. I'm going to jump down to online catalog, because this is how people are going to find your library digitally, right? And again, you're going to go through this menu and they have pretty much every ILS vendor that you can think of in here. If they don't have your ILS vendor in here, I'd love to hear about that because it seems like pretty much all of our choices are in here. Of course, if you are in the shared catalog, we are taking care of this for you. So you are on CERC Dynamics Enterprise, and here is your URL, which we have updated when we moved into Enterprise. And then really these two things, these are the main things you need to have. You need to tell them what vendor are you using, and you need to tell them where is the landing page for your library's catalog. All the rest of these are optional, and you don't have to have these search. This is if you wanted to give a more specific search to an ISBN, ISSN number, and you can get these URLs from your catalog vendor, but they're not required. Really, the base URL is all that you absolutely need to have in here. And then you would save changes, and then that is going to come up here in this button. Go to Libraries Catalog. You can see in the lower left-hand corner that URL that was from here. And so going back to my slides. Okay, yes, that was the before. And that was before. And then that was how we changed it to 11th Avenue. And I guess that's it for my slides. That was a real quick walkthrough of how we update our information in the WorldCat registry. So do you have any questions?
Oh, go ahead and unmute, Tina. We can not hear you.
Sorry. So I'm kind of embarrassed to say I've never been on WorldCat before. So do you think it's safe to say that the library hasn't had an account before, or because I'm on their site now and it says create account or sign in. Should I try and just create one for us? Nope, there
Do
is
you
one.
mean up here in the upper right corner?
Yeah.
This, I should have explained this better. So anybody in the world can create a WorldCat account as an individual. And so if they wanted to create an account so that they could kind of curate a list of libraries that they use or items they're looking for, if they're researching something, they could do that. So that's really for individuals.
Okay.
For your library, you would have an OCLC services account. And that is something that we can set you up with if you don't already have those credentials, which you might not right now. So I'm going to make a note to follow up with you after this. But yes, because you are a group services member, you will have access to OCLC service configuration, so you can get in here for your own library.
Okay, thank you.
Cara, kind of along those lines, if credentials have transferred or just like, do you do a help desk ticket of some sort to recover those?
We do, yes, that often happens when we have turnover with the director. We let the OCLC technical support know that we need to create a new account for the new director to transfer that authority.
Okay. So does the local library staff person need to submit a ticket at any time for those credentials, or I'm just wondering if there's a link we can throw in the chat.
I think if you have questions about your OCLC services account, you can open a help desk ticket with us and we will figure out what we need to do next, whether that's recovering existing credentials or creating a new account. See, one more thing I was going to oh yeah, I didn't get to this link. This is the frequently asked questions page about the WorldCat registry, and we'll send this out as well. I'll put this in the chat, but this walks through how you can set up your account and get logged into the registry to do the things that we just went over. And again, you can open a help desk ticket and we can connect you with OCLC support to make sure that you get those credentials.
I'm just gonna put a ugly looking generic help desk ticket link in the chat, just in case our friendly visitors don't necessarily have that at their fingertips.
Thank you. Yeah, so long story short, if you have any questions about your OCLC account, feel free to open a ticket and we can walk through that with you. We're happy to help.
Yes, and with that, I did put a link to our evaluation form in the chat. We really appreciate your comments and thoughts. It helps us plan for the future and for looking at different things that we could improve on. And you will have a recording to the session that shows up later today in our YouTube channel. And Cara, if you wouldn't mind scrolling ahead to the next slide or two, lots of ways for you to connect with us. And if you go to the next slide, that's a QR code for the evaluation survey. The link is in the chat. And if we go to the next slide, we have so much coming up over the next couple of weeks. Tomorrow is our website chat. We have another webinar on Friday this week, learning about libraries in the Montana legislature. April 9th is going to be a water information resource session that I think is a great resource for librarians to know, so that when patrons come and have these stumper questions about drought and rainfall and things like that, you have a good heads up on our essential resources around water information. Also, we're going to be kicking off a new series that's just focused on connecting with local government officials. And in between there is going to be our Montana Library Association annual conference. There'll be more information coming out in our newsletters about what the state library is going to be providing during that session. And also we're looking at, adding a few other things in there. So please check in on the Aspen event calendar. And if you aren't subscribed to the newsletters yet, please do that. We announce updates and that sort of thing through those newsletters. And Cara, if you wouldn't mind advancing on. If you have any questions about continuing education credits or anything related to resources for these sessions, just reach out. Or if you have questions specific to our topic today, please reach out to Cara or submit one of those help desk tickets. So thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate you being with us, and have a great day.
Yes, thanks for your time. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.